Hey guys, Sensei Mike with United Studios of Self-Defense, back with the next workout of the week. What we're going to cover today is chest exercise, most commonly referred to as a push-up or a press-up. It's the same thing. When we talk about any exercise, there's always the primary muscle that we're working, and then there's secondary muscles, and then even third muscles, fourth muscles, so on and so forth. The main muscle that we're working on a basic push-up movement is, of course, your chest muscles. Secondary muscles would be your tricep muscle, which is on the back of your arm, and a little bit of the shoulders as well. And then even beyond that, you're working a little bit of your abdominals, believe it or not, a little bit of your glutes to help support that movement. Now, a basic push-up is a pretty simple move, but of course, there's a lot of different ways that you can do a push-up to accentuate different areas of your body. So I'm going to cover a few different ways of doing it today, starting with some beginner exercises, moving our way to more advanced. So first, a good beginner exercise would be push-ups with your knees on the ground. If you lack the upper body strength to do a normal push-up, this is a fantastic way of going about it. So what you're going to do is your hands are a little bit wider than your shoulder width, right underneath your shoulders. You don't want to be out here like this or back here like this, but as I said, right underneath the shoulders, a little bit wider than the shoulder width apart, keeping your head up, straight down, keeping your elbows out, chest about an inch off the ground, and then right back up again. You want to be careful that when you come all the way up, don't lock out your elbows, leave a little bit of a bend in your elbows. When you get comfortable with that, come up onto the balls of your feet. Now you notice I'm not hiking like this or anything. Keep my butt down nice and straight. It's still up. And there's your movement. Now, that's a very basic movement of it. Now, of course, the hardest part of the push-up is the down part at the very bottom. So what we're going to do next is simply a half a push-up, but we're just going to cover that bottom half. So again, I'm going to start in the normal position. I'm going to come all the way down, just up a little bit, down, up a little bit. And you want to make sure to hold right at that spot. You don't want to bounce because it doesn't get the reaction you want for out of those chest muscles. So that's a good way of covering the hardest part of the push-up, and by such, stretching out that muscle and then contracting it in the most optimal way that you can. We're going to do two more exercises. The next one is going to be a full push-up, but with stops. Now, what I mean by this, as I'm in that push-up position, I'm going to stop at the middle, stop at the bottom, stop at the middle, stop at the top. Now notice, I'm also making sure to regulate your breathing. It sounds funny, but in exercise, people forget to breathe all the time. We do that as we do our forms, our defensive maneuvers, spar, any sort of exercise, people are forgetting to breathe. One last exercise is what's called a slow negative. In any bodybuilding exercise, there's the positive and negative of a movement. The positive is when you're working against the weight. So for instance, if I'm doing a barbell curl, that would be the positive. The negative would be if you were to simply drop the weight, it would go on you. So on that. So what I'm going to focus on doing is real slow on the way down and explosive on the way up. Slow on the negative, if you will, fast on the positive. Notice I'm still maintaining that form. Even though I'm exploding up, I'm not locking the elbows. And as I do that slow movement down, I'm really focusing on stretching out that pectoral wall, the pectoralis being the chest muscle. All right? Thanks, guys.